Welcome back, my friends, to my end of August bank holiday tour. It's Wednesday now. Weather's been far too hot and been far too busy, but the grapes on this side have done absolutely marvellously well, yet they're supposed to be the same variety as this side, and I'll be harvesting one bunch of each. Well, there's only one bunch left now because I've been eating the others. Pineapples are doing well. They need to go in the ground. The one in the middle needs to go in a pot. A little bit neglected. The grapes are planted outside the polytunnel. Don't feed, don't water them, so there should be no difference whatsoever. The peppers, best peppers I've ever grown, the sweet peppers, and that's mainly, I think, because of the preparation of the beds in the polytunnel. As you can see, we've already seen this cucumber, but it's a good old size. Trouble is, they're all come and they're all a good size. The only drawback of having this netting is if it gets stuck between there, we have a problem. The gigantumos have done well, especially the biggest one. I will be weighing this one. We've taken the two out of the greenhouse at home, and you just can't beat the taste. But I'm really pleased with the preparation, and I'll be doing it again next year, or at the end of this season maybe. These beetroot are just surviving. I did plant some peppers. These are a little bit late. I think I definitely got to start them earlier. I did have a late start. It'd be interesting to see how long they last over the winter. They're just started to droop now, so I'll be giving them some water, and hopefully these Diablos will grow as big as they did last year. They're my saved seed. So again, another sweet pepper. And then these are a little bit warm for me, but the wife has enjoyed a few. So other than the grapes, peppers, cucumbers and tomatoes, everything's done well. But as you can see, late season now, then just not quite forming. The bottoms seem to be getting that little bit bigger, but it still tastes the same. Absolutely beautiful. Courgette still giving, and I still forget to pick them and they go mad. And this grapevine in the corner does need training up the polytunnel. Let's have a little look outside. I'm not showing you the mess. One of my mistakes was moving the comfrey to #starting a new allotment. And this is, as one commenter said, one viewer, struggled to get rid of it. I haven't started digging it out yet, but if you ever plant comfrey, make sure it's in the right place and you're not going to move it. Successional sowing lettuce, managed to get the last lot in now. Some of it's going to seed. Managed to get the top out of that one, which was quite nice. Might get a little bit more off those. If not, we've got to buy some more. So the salad bed, it's done well this year, and this also had all the remnants of the underground wormery spread around. We're onto the potato bed, As you know, I plant everything in containers, so this bed hasn't actually had manure. So this will be for the beans next year, so I might have to add a little bit to it. But the tops were removed when we got a little bit of sign of blight, and I've topped them off with a little bit of compost, and I believe there's some potatoes there, and it looks like they haven't been affected. 4C potatoes, and I can't remember, the Valor was the main crop. So there's the Valor, 5 dustbins, 4C potatoes in each. Parsnips are done well again in the box. We did a reveal last time and it was very tasty, even though it didn't go in the freezer. It was nice to have a bit of fresh parsnip. Marfonia, second early. Again, top's gone. I'll take the pipes and the netting off. We don't need to support them now. We can open those up. Grape cuttings from last year. We've got 1, 2, 4, and we've got 2 black currants there, and they'll probably produce us a little bit of fruit. And then we've got some lettuce going to seed there. The lampshades with the chard, some's gone to seed. I'm still picking the leaves off, and hopefully 1 or 2 of these plants will last the winter so I can keep harvesting. Last 3 tubs of containers of first earlies, the rockets, and they're still in good shape. Just help myself as and when. These are the potatoes from #starting in autumn. So they're the whites, the mystery ones, and these ones were the purple, the blue potatoes. And we've got a cucumber there. So some of these cucumbers, these are the Slashinger. I can't see them being any good. They're a little bit hollow in the middle, but I'm going to save some seed. I'm going to try and save as much seed as I can. So that's this year's potato bed. We move on to the roots, and as you know, carrots and parsnips are in boxes. The kale outside has done okay. It's ideal for the compost bin, all these outer leaves. Last tub of radishes, because I didn't do any more successional sowing. Must do better. Butternut squash. Pleased with that. The last lot of beetroot. There's one at the other end which is shrouded in a secret mass because it's part of the monster beetroot challenge from Adam. Allotment grow out. Now this bed had nothing. Roots don't like it, so all this had was a little bit of lime. This will get the full manure treatment this year, ready for the potato crop. Turnips doing really well, and the Swedes. The turnips may just go over. The Swedes, I have pulled one, as you noticed on the last reveal, and it was small, but I've got a lot there to harvest throughout the winter, and that's where they'll stay. Right, we've got tiny Tims. I planted some in these lampshades off the ground, and a little bit more open and a lot more fruit. But the ones planted in the bean bed haven't done so well. So I'll be planting some more of the, like the Tiny Tim, the trailing tomatoes. Managed to get some seed from Wilco's, 25p, half price. So I should be doing that. But these pipes will be part of the potato tower challenge. So the potato will be planted there. As it grows, we'll add more compost. As it grows, I'll put the next layer on, more compost, and we'll see how high we can get it and see what sort of crop we can actually get from it. Brassicas. See if I can fight my way through here. So I was given some purple sprouting broccoli that you get in January and February, and it's sprouted already. Marvellous weather. So let's see if we can work our way through. I do need to do a little bit of work in here to get some of these leaves off. This is what I would expect the sprouting to be like. The ones that I was given for white sprouting broccoli, they turned out to be beautiful florets of broccoli, and these are the small florets. And it's strange how people can give you plants and they grow better than ones you grow yourselves. Sprouts, Mr. Coleman and Mrs. Coleman. Only got one lot of sprouts last year, but I hope you get some good sprouts this time, William. I know you've planted them late, but better late than never. But they've done really well. This is my broccoli, and it just went to seed. Oh, hello, Mr. Spider. How are you today? Yeah, pleased with those. And look at the height of the broccoli in here. It's got to be at least 4 foot. I'm standing up, yeah, 4 foot. Absolutely wonderful. What a lovely colour. Hope you can see that. This is the area where I was going to plant those surplus leeks that I grew because these leeks weren't doing so well. And now they've gone to seed. Bit of rust on them. Might be able to salvage something out of them. I don't seem to do very well with onions. Well, the onion family. Carrot boxes, we saw the reveal. Really pleased that I can actually grow a decent carrot. Sweet candle are my favourite. So this bed, before we planted the brassicas, was treated with the manure, log ashes, covered in cardboard, with added nettle tea. And as you can see, looking at the kale, the brassicas there, they absolutely love it. This will be the root bed next year when we move the cage down, and all this will have lime. Roots will tolerate lime, but nothing else. Earlier on in the season we harvested our broad beans from this area, and that was an excellent crop. Overwintered them. I'll be doing the same again shortly. We'll be chitting the broad bean seeds and planting them in the potato bed. That's where the bean crops will go next year. It's a smaller bed, but I've had far too many runner beans and French beans. But hopefully I'll be able to store these carrots in the buckets over winter, and hopefully we can stop the mice from getting to them. As somebody has kindly said, 13mm mesh may not stop the mice. We will see. Might put a bit of debris netting. These beans are going over, but These beans have done really well, and they're just throwing, well, you say we just can't eat enough. 2 rows of French beans. Then I lose my freezer because my son's broke down, so I'm having to take them all to my son's, and he's eating them faster than I can pick them. Why bother freezing them? Artichokes, well, I didn't support them and they fell over. I've been pulling out the odd stem similar to those smaller stems because I can't eat enough. They're just far too many. So I've been pulling a few out. Now this will be next year's brassica, and in this rich compost where we got the morel mushrooms, I've planted some of the brassicas that are going to be overwintering. They got decimated in the polytunnel by the caterpillars, and I've protected this area here where the morels were in the spring, so hopefully I can recreate the same conditions and they'll grow. Snowdrops, still haven't done anything with them, Nick. Must do better. Sunflowers, my measurements are in, and I think they've even grown afterwards. That's absolutely massive. I've got more water than I've had over the winter with this rain that we've had recently over the last few months. Unbelievable. So the bean bed again will have manure and cardboard over the top ready to receive the brassicas. Let's go and have a little look in the fruit cage. The new blueberries are putting on plenty of growth, so that's hopefully where we'll get the fruit next time. I've got a space here for another gooseberry. Again, look at the growth on that. Rhubarb, all going to die back now. Put the goodness back into the crowns. I've got to sort this out here, it's a mess. And another, not a failure, but I removed the blackberry bush and they're coming up everywhere, miles from where they were. Again, if you plant any bushes, especially blackberry or raspberry, more problems with the blackberry, they will just come up absolutely everywhere. These are the old blueberries. They haven't done so well this year, but look at the growth. That's nice to see. And I will be removing this blackberry bush. Horrible. Goodbye, that's going. And I shall remulch the blueberries with some acacia compost. And pruning the fruit bushes as and when it's time. When is it time, guys, for blueberry for the currant family? When can I prune them? These red currants have gone mad. Summer fruiting raspberries. This year's growth. Oh my god. They were actually through the netting at the top. So this last year's growth's all been cut out. This is this year's growth. So I'm looking forward to a nice crop of raspberries. But it's just, well, you only get out what you put in. It's well worth feeding with the liquid plant foods. You look after them, they'll look after us. Hashtag ugly parsnip challenge. I've had to top the tub up with a bit of compost, give it an extra feed. But if anybody's interested, pop over to Dave's Allotment. He's revealed his ugly parsnip, and it was ugly. So just pop over to his channel and just go and have a look at his. He hasn't hashtagged it, so you'll just need to pop to his channel to have a look. It was a parsnip reveal. I'm amazed at the difference between the two lots of grapes, same variety. Don't know whether it's because of where it's planted, I don't know. But the plant that's given us the best fruit is the most vigorous. So that other one, you might be going, and I'll spread out the other runners to cover that one. But they are so sweet and delicious. They have got seeds in, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased. That's the first crop I've had off the one on the left, so next year crop should be even better. I'd like to thank everyone for everyone's support over this growing season, and I will show you the amount of crops that we can harvest throughout the winter. Yeah, look at me, I've got my fingers in the way, and the bottom flap. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.